going on, everybody? This is James Grandmaster Facts Voice, and you're here for another Facts Project review. Today, special day. Why? Because it's the release date of You Won't Feel a Thing for DSTLRY Comics. Written by Scott Snyder, illustrated by Jock, pencil assist by Don Reardon, colored by Lee Lowridge with Jock, and the letters by M World Design. So if you have a taste for psychological thrillers, and maybe you like watching movies like The Bone Collector, or you might like History of Violence, the comic and the movie, this is right up your alley because when you get right into this, is you can tell that this is just going to be a special one. Why? Because it's derivative of the story of a serial killer over a period of time. If you like True Detective, sort of in those type of sense. So we get into the character of a young man in 1975, in the summer of 1975, by the name of Johnny. And he is very infatuated with the young lady to the point where he can't even concentrate on his work because he's actually doing mock trials for the UN because he's going to study to be an FBI agent. The girl that he's dating is by the name of Flower, and he feels as though if he don't make a move now, he's probably going to lose it forever because he is all the way up in the upper Midwest and she lives down in Georgia. After the summer, she goes away. So he feels as though in order to move fast, because it is 1975, he feels as though he wants to propose to this girl. He brings a ring to the house of Flower just to seal the deal, right? All of a sudden, he comes to find out that she's been bludgeoned to death in a closet, naked. And it's a whirlwind of things that tend to happen. Notably, he goes on to be an FBI agent. One of his big things that he's responsible for is solving the cases of serial killers. But the thing is, the one thing that's kind of been on his mind all these years, because there is a little bit of a time jump that happens from 1975 to present day, to where he's an elderly man. He's had this career in the FBI. But the horrible thing is, he has cancer and he has dementia. So he could obviously go any day there. But the one thing that he has always seen as a thorn in his side was the fact that he never got a chance to capture the killer that killed Flower in that summer in 1975. And that serial killer goes by the name of the Chatter Man. Now, the way that he describes it, the mask is a little bit worn. All the victims that he has killed, he is wearing almost their teeth on the side of the mask to where with any movement that he makes, they start to make a little clicking sound and everything like that. But this is the one guy that he has not been able to get his hands on. So he's sitting in an assisted living facility, an elderly facility, and he's going through his trials. If you happen to have had a family member with dementia in your life, you noticeably have to go through teaching patterns to them over and over and over again, just so they don't lose their way. And he is constantly paranoid about like where he's going to end up in the facility. Is he going to be on a spot to where he can actually like go out in public and, just like be a regular person and be kind of normal? Or is he going to go down a certain hallway and just be in a chair, strapped to a chair, and just sitting there for the rest of his days? So he's got a lovely nurse's assistant, and she takes care of him. She takes him out on rides and everything, and just to make sure that he's up and up, he actually goes to a high school and talks to a bunch of kids and tells them about his time in the FBI. And the thing is, the kids are all on the internet. They've all read up on him, and they're basically talking about all the serial killers that he's caught. And then somebody, definitely one of the little kids, just points out, tell us about the Chatter Man. And it almost like breaks him down in a sense to where he cannot possibly handle it. And even at this assisted living facility where he currently resides, somebody that he used to go to high school with is actually like one of the directors that runs the place. And you can tell she's got a hard on for him. She doesn't necessarily have like the best lookout for him going forth at this facility. And you can see that they definitely don't see eye to eye. But necessarily, the director at the assisted living facility ends up dead. And he asked the question to his friend, who's actually the chief of police in town. is she missing a tooth? Something that the Chatterman used to do as a calling sign. And it turned out that that was actually it. And he turns around and basically said all this time he's been catching all these serial killers. And he's never found out who actually killed Flower. But essentially, it's pretty much saying right then and there that the Chatterman is somebody who he more than likely possibly knows or has lived with in this particular town his entire life. And that cuts into the first issue. So, an amazing first issue to start out with because it's coming from the concept of an elderly man who has a grudge over something had this historic career that he's had, but yet the one thing that has bothered him all this time was the fact that he never caught the person that he needed to catch. So I'll be looking out for issue two. Distillery Comics got a banger on their hands. You won't feel a thing. Obviously, Scott Snyder, you know him, of course, from Absolute Batman, and seeing the work that he's done. Jock has been doing Life Gone, and now you won't feel a thing for Distillery Comics. So they're doing a lot of good work over there, and I cannot wait to look forward to issue two. But if you feel free to ask any questions about this book, or better yet, you can go to the distillery.com. That's DSTLRY.com. They have a great marketplace for creator-owned comics. A lot of good creators on there. Chip Zdarsky, of course, has time waits. I actually have that right here. But feel free, ask any questions that you want, or head over to the website yourself. But I'll see you guys next time.